You have opened a loaf, found a spot of mold, cut it away, and eaten the rest. Everybody does it. Cut it off and eat it. That is the rule most of us grew up on. But that rule quietly assumes something it never tells you, and getting it wrong can cost you your liver, not just your supper. There is a way to know which is which. Back in 1960, in England, a strange sickness swept through the poultry farms. In a single season, it killed around 100,000 young turkeys. The birds went off their feed, weakened within days, and no one on the farm could say why. The farmers called it Turkey X disease because they had no name for the thing that was doing it. The men who chased it down traced the deaths back to one thing the birds had all been fed. It was a shipment of peanut meal brought in from Brazil, and it carried a mold called Aspergillus flavus. That one bad batch of feed is what set scientists on the long hunt that would one day name a poison called aflatoxin. So this is not a story about being squeamish. It is a story about one line the rule never draws for you. So look close at that peanut and that cheese sitting side by side. One of them can still be saved. Only one. Now look at what happened to that peanut. Soft and wet is the tell. You do not cut around it, you throw the whole thing away. The knife cannot reach what has already spread. The spot you see is only the fruiting body. The real growth is the mycelium, a web of fine threads already run deep through the food. In a soft crumb of bread, under normal kitchen conditions, the threads push out in every direction in about a week, root to crust. The throw it out list is long. Bread, soft cheese, yogurt, and jam go because they are soft, and the threads run right through them. Nuts and any grain go for a different reason, the poison. The threads are only half the danger. Some molds leave behind a poison that heat cannot touch. Aflatoxin from the peanut mold lives through the baking and scars the liver. Patulin from apple rot rides straight into the juice and the cider. Set that ruined loaf down and pick up the cheese instead. Hard and dry flips the verdict. You keep it and cut around the spot. What decides that is not the knife. It is density and moisture. Mold needs soft and wet to move fast. A firm, dry food starves it of the path it needs. The rule comes from the USDA, handed down for years through the county extension offices. On hard cheese or a firm vegetable, cut 1 inch around the spot and 1 inch below, about 2.5 centimeters, out and down. Keep the blade off the mold itself. Touch it, and you drag spores straight across your clean cut. The foods that pass are the dense ones, cheddar or Parmesan, dry-cured salami, a firm carrot, or a solid head of cabbage. Soft-skinned ones, like a tomato, never qualify. The web of threads that races through soft bread in a week cannot force its way through food this dense. It stays near the surface. Hard and dry, you save it. Soft and wet, it goes in the bin. No exceptions. So come back to that lab, the same steel counter, the same peanut, and now beside it a wedge of hard cheese. 2 foods, 2 verdicts, 1 rule that decides which is which. It is not the knife. It never was. Density and moisture, that is the whole rule in 2 words. So here is the plain math on this counter. A wedge of cheese is a block you can just replace. A liver scarred by aflatoxin does not heal back. That damage runs for the rest of your life. A piece is cheaper than a liver every time. And when in doubt, It goes in the trash, not the compost. Next time you find a spot of green in your kitchen, is it hard and dry or soft and wet? 100,000 turkeys taught us the rule the hard way. You get it for free at your own counter in one look.